Hi, I'm gonna let the music continue. I actually unclicked fucking mute there and it was being silly. Right, bear with me 1 wee second. Cool. I feel like I'm really zoomed in. I don't know why. Yeah, doing okay. Just firing on all cylinders, really. That is the nature of the beast. Yeah, I suppose that's worth addressing. Peakaling. It looks like 2 Russian missiles have hit Poland and have killed 2 people. I don't think it was intentional, but obviously that runs the risk of kind of escalation. So, just as a heads up. Right. Can everyone bear with me while I post on Tumblr? Is that okay? I need to try and post. It depends. Would you prefer if I just kept it for later? But one of the things that I really want to do is I need to post all of the, like, basically all of the stuff that I've just done on fucking Twitter. So, but the good thing is I can copy and paste it. So. As in, I'm going to be able to do some of this, but other bits I'm not. So, let's go. First up, boom. Right, next up. Cool. I'm going to have to manually write all of this. Fucker. You're hearing all of the typing today. This is me. This is me doing the old. Like this is body doubling with Ivor Scotland. Enjoy. I'll get this. I'll get this sorted fast. The noisiness of my keyboard is just because I'm working that intensely, you know. Right, up next, what we got? Admin for Scotland. Oh God, no. Right, so let's. Okay, next. Sorry, I'm just like, yeah. I'm in my mode. I'm in my zone. Come on, let's get that bit done. We should do an admin with I. That is going to be a separate and infinitely more boring podcast. Admin with I. Come on. Eidsman. Nah, that's not too bad. I'm really excited to do some Beacon Pines tonight. Beacon Pines was so much fun last week. I did not expect this to take this long, sorry. I'm nearly done, I think there's two more. Come on. Here we go. Okay. There. No, behave. Fucking behave. This is Tumblr formatting being a pain in the arse. Why are you doing this? Why are you highlighting stuff? You fucking prick. There we go. Behaviour in this channel. It's more likely than you think. Come on. Right, last one. We're in the zone. Ah, fuck's sake. Oh, fuck off. Why can't I use... There we go. Alrighty, that should be us done. I just need to do the things. I need to type in Gallop Stream so people who... If I tag it Gallop Stream, then people have no excuse to get upset on Tumblr, because, like, rather than me reblogging a really long post. To be honest, I should probably just pin that post. I think I'm gonna pin that post, and then I'll look at the welcome home at some point. But I'm gonna pin that. Now my pinned post is the fundraiser. Sweet. Cool. Yeah, I'll redo my pin. To be honest, I'll probably redo my pin post after the charity stream. That's what I'll do. I'll earmark some time for that. But as a personal favour for me, for the very few of you who still have Twitter and haven't left, do consider going onto that post and basically liking everything in it. If there's anything that like if promotional wise, if there's anything that can be done, that'd be good. Do you like humanity? Yeah. Do you feel a connection to my ancestors? Feed the child to the crocodiles. So I mean, I suppose I better preface this actually, that I'm actually an ancestors pro. Like, I don't think I've never sped run it, but I think I could. I think I could actually do really quite well. I'm not saying that I would be the fastest in the world, because there'll be people who do like glitch stuff, but like I think I could evolve pretty damn quick is all I'm saying. But I'm not gonna touch it at all. I'm not gonna touch it at all until I play it, so then I can like relearn while I'm on stream, because I think that'll help stretch out the runtime. So that's what I'm going for. Right, let's play Beacon Pines. Okay, we're switching to the game, and we are toggling this boy on. There we go, Beacon Pines. Awesome. So I think this was a controller game last time. Am I for Scotland, not Ancestors? Okay, I am a Ancestors pro. We just spawned in there and all we got was weep. Man, same.
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
I for all humanity, maybe. You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Yeah, that's right. So our friend... Like, our friend knew that he absolutely fucked it the moment he said it. But yeah, our friend decided to have a dig at us for having for having no dad. And yeah, we were fucking raging. It was a low blow. If Rollo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it. Okay, so we can still... I'm not quite sure what we're expecting. Oh, we're just
Luca dozed off again.
Just going back to bed, fuck it. Sometimes it's one of those days, you know? It's just one of those fucking days. He immediately knew he'd fucked up. I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rollo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So your plan is just to sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good. Noted.
Lucas still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually
confront the situation. It is the cute animal game, Miss Madam. Doing not too bad. How are you? There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway. Am I supposed to kick the ball up? Aha.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first
Luca
volume.
carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday, a special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often.
That's kind of cute.
Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages.
Also full of birthday cake for your grandma's party. Nice. What sort of cake?
He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft
you have
footsteps
burned
from the
all
hallway.
bridges with Rollo. Luca, another little friend came to see you, a girl named Bet Modewell. She said you met yesterday. Eat the book. We're not a goat, we're like a deer boy. Is she here? She was just dropping by. I told her you weren't taking visitors today. Oh, she seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table in case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black
I saw
expanse.
the animation of just absolutely yeeting himself
He looked
onto
up
the
at his
bed
father
is
standing
very
beside
good.
him.
I like that.
Walt
It's a
was
little bit of
working a straw at the
characterization.
bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip. His father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile,
Oh no.
then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source.
The source.
Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a
not too
large
bad.
figure in a yellow hazmat suit.
Oh no.
The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour. Make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself.
Oh, Jesus
Tiny
fuck.
buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city.
Oh my god!
People.
Is
Luca leapt to his feet.
spectating
We've
the
gotta
burning
help
village.
them. The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves?
Oh no.
The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames.
I know this
They
boy
only
has
care
trauma.
about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly
gonna
revealing
be
the
Luca's
face. Luca's
face.
own face looked back at him.
Oh my god.
Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror.
Dude, Luca murdered his
Doppelganger
dad.
smiled.
Oh no.
I tried to help once.
Maybe
gestured
it's
towards
his
his
dad.
face.
If it's like an older version of him in the dream,
And all
maybe
it
it was
got
his
me
dad.
was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again,
Oh, his
beside
father
him.
was there. Okay.
Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son.
Oh.
Luca watched his older self shake its head.
It's one of the
ruefully.
endings of the
Its
past,
face
a
twisting
trauma
into
dream.
a Whelp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames in a flash of cold light.
Oh man.
He was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Fine. Ah, man. Anything you want to talk? You know what, actually? See, when I say fine like that, there was a guy that I hung about with when I was in China who was Australian. And one of the in-jokes that he had with his family and everyone else was like, whenever there was like a mild disagreement, he would pretend to be like kind of frustratedly acceptance of it. So he'd always go, fine. Like as if he was kind of moany. And I don't know why, but it rubbed off on me. At the same time though, I introduced him to the word pumped. And then he just used it for everything. So I feel like it was a good trade. I was international diplomacy right there. I don't feel like talking. That's just as well. How about you sit here and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rollo thought about doesn't matter. But
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other. But he said stuff about Dad. Well, do you think he meant it? No. He was just mad. And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst. Accept. Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rollo, doesn't
Luca
it?
gave a reluctant nod.
So buy him a corn dog and apologise. Wait, this is like an animal world. What the fuck are corn dogs made of? But he's the one that... What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the Little Fountain a little after lunch. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
It's roasted corn with little dough puppy ears. Wait, hold on. Corn dogs aren't actually corn, are they?
Chapter 6 through thick and thin.
No.
Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right.
They're like
He
a meat
needed to
thing,
hash
right?
things out with Rollo.
It's like a hot dog. Yeah, dipped in cornbread. Are they any good? Like, I feel like I've
big
heard
fight
about them
changes
so
the nature
much,
of a
but are they
friendship.
actually alright? A big fight changes the nature of a
Whether,
friendship.
in the end, it is for the better or for the worse,
They're pretty
all
decent.
comes
Cool.
down to understanding.
Can't wait when I go to the US. I'm gonna be like, "Can I get a corn dog?" And I was like, "Sir, you're in New York. It's bagels or pizza."
If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them.
We gave you corn dog lore. Now go ruin this child's life.
Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Seek and destroy Rollo. There you are. Luca. Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is
Roxy
it?
rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Is she about to drop like some sort of deer slur? Sigh. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to
Luca
find
looked
him.
down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favour. Never need one favour from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. I mean, my gut reaction's to go to the treehouse, but I don't know. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an exuvi. It's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzies or skirts just packed up and left. Okay, the ecosystem is dying. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion at the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Or the ecosystem's dying. Oh look, it's Fashy McFash. Unique New York, unique New York. Oh, don't mind me, just warming up for my big ceremony
Mr. Kerr
speech.
pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box. Oh heavens, no! I'll break a leg. Give me the gift of a... fuck's sake. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart, the weather's still cruddy, and this season harvest is looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Oh yeah, all the red pandas are like creepy fash, are they not? Is that not part of the deal?
Luca's winter coat decommissioned for the summer. With the cold holding out longer than usual, he reconsidered its usefulness.
Nice. So it's not there. Oh yeah, like all the red pandas in this are like weird bot-like characters. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss it. You sure? Haha, every single time. Yep. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted. I was gonna say, red pandas are like really cute.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Huh? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Oh, man. Right, where to now? This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the fall harvest. I had my doubts about Perennial Harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. He met his old friend's eyes and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens. This is no time for fractured friendships. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Look, our backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True. So what you got in there? Books. Incredible. I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you bought. Safety suit? I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favour for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Great. Now we're going to go and see the cutest bat in the world. I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical, I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honour? Special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Yeah, Dawn is probably the cutest designed character in the game, I would say. Hi, Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh,
Sorry,
nothing.
all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Okay. Hippity, hoppity, hip, hop, hip, hop, hip. What's this? The library, somewhere quiet.
Kato's
Luca.
eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. Nice. You just got 100 gamer score for solving that riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out,
Kato
doesn't he?
straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Farpal, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a
Kato
tissue.
stared at Luca eagerly.
Okay. Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer stands. I mean, issue is be like newspapery. I can tell you one thing, it's not out there. What you need is to... Oh, right, okay. In that case, I'm talking shite. Fifth king? No, I'm stuck.
Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5, from the shelf.
Once you've got a book, you can either bring it here or just grab a different one. Let's see.
Luca grabbed The Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf. Luca grabbed The 5 Pillars of Success from the shelf. Luca grabbed The Issue with Self-Help, a helpful guide from... Luca grabbed 500 Meals for One Big Pot from the shelf.
Okay. Anything here? No. Anything up here? This is all the comics, isn't
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from the Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the shelf.
I mean, I'm guessing it's that one,
Kato removed
you
his
found
book
it.
from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp.
but... Oh my
As he
god.
slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed: The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Okay.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that, and only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Partied with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see
Kato
here.
began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such
He
a
continued
grift.
flipping.
Only found in grub cards.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub card. Griffin. Alright. Griffin's grub. Okay. Wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Nice. Thanks, kiddo. Onwards. Nah, we can't nuke the friendship. I mean, like, we're playing this normally. Rollo's a nice guy. I've forgotten where Griffin's grub car is. I thought it was here, no? Oh, shit! What? Oh, fucking sick! We actually got a thing that allows us to smack the melon. Wait, that's not Griffin's grub cart, is it? Oh, it is. That's Griffin there. No, we're not smacking Rollo.
Before
Rollo
Luca
come?
could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it. Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought it was supposed to be a riddle.
Luca
or
shrugged,
something.
taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
It's got paper in it. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rollo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well,
Luca
that's just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled
Smack
out a
the
slip
melon.
of paper.
Juggle the melons.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pick up when you need some pep. Near the fountain up the
Luca
step.
finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
Why are you eating a cold... Fuck. Didn't even like it. Cold corn dog. Amorph, but take it a little easy. This is a nice chill game. We're all good. It's free food, yeah, that's fair.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastic.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Hard? I can be hard. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings, your final task a friendship brings. What? Oh. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned
Rollo
this.
sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
3 balloons, amazing. Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologise first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologised twice before me. Just let me do this. Look, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mum and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rollo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can
Luca
talk
threw
now.
himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rollo, I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try and find some info about your mum. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I've been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. The two of them go on a mass, violent streak. Let's go. Nice. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you
Rollo
this.
handed Luca an unopened letter.
It's a gun. I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
Oh yeah, the Gran's part of like a terrorist organization.
If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you.
Gran's
You
going
have
down
already
shooting.
lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done. I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that.
Oh my god,
Love,
what's
Gran.
Gran about to do? I love you too,
Luca
Gran.
folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What did you... So, this is the second stream of this, and a lot has happened in the first stream. The first stream's available on YouTube. Basically, the main character, the dear boy, Luca, his dad passed away when he was very young. His mum has gone missing. And we're kind of trying to find a little bit what's happening in the town. The town, from what we gather from the last time we played it, the town was originally founded by this guy who produced fertilizer. That guy died, and the town got fucked basically by not very good harvests. And now there's like a creepy modern corporation wanting everyone in the town to behave a certain way. And there's evil red pandas with clipboards. And then there's that guy that was preparing for a speech who's like evil too. So we're learning. There's still a bit of a mystery. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. They're gonna blow up the factory with fertilizer. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologise. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Hey, Gray, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. No, not a furry sim. I feel it's furry adjacent. This is Beacon Pines, and it has, to be honest, the one thing that attracted me to this game, and I can't believe I didn't play it sooner, but the branching story mechanic is amazing. It's really, really clever. Hey, Amethyst, how you doing?
Sadly,
I'll show you the branching story thing in a minute.
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Gray, good question. Don't know. A bomb has just gone off. Oh man, we missed the fireworks. It was not fireworks.
It was something that
Gran has detonated a bomb.
Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Oh my god. Has Gran nuked the town? What the fuck?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship,
Funny apocalypse,
only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason.
It is good voice acting.
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets sits a pair of friends for the rest of time.
Okay, so everyone died in that path.
The end. No, that can't be the ending.
So, this is
it
what...
simply
Okay,
can't.
so this is going to be the thing that makes everyone who hasn't seen the first part of this, they'll make you go, wow, it is honestly
accept it,
such a
and
good
I hope you won't either.
Story branching mechanic.
There are more endings, more possibilities. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
So, what you do in each branch of this story, and Grey Tree, I don't think you'll have seen this, but for the folk who've been here since the start of the stream, you'll have seen me pick up like verbs. And what we do is we can change the story's path by using the verbs that we've picked up along those paths to go back to key moments and like explore that diverging path. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So we're gonna... I'm just wondering where we go. Let's go to hazardous hectoring. We can slap melons to change the story, yes. We'll go with tickles.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
So you get to see both options each time, and it does actually take the story in a different, like, path, which is really cool.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the Tish? Is she tickling you? Yup. Hi up.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
High up, high up, high up.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
Yeah, this is Iggy, the kind of town bully. He's a bit of a dickhead. Yeah, you can find new words that you can apply to events you've already seen in order to change them, which is really cool. So I have somewhere to be. See you around, you kids.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh no! Whoa, what a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your
Beck shook
hair.
the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Oh no. Is Beck gonna die? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look? Oh god. Oh no. So,
Chapter 4.
in the reverse of that, when you act strange, you end up
The best
attacking
policy.
Iggy, and Iggy falls in the puddle and becomes like a mutant.
Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Cool. Oh. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with grey hair just run past us
Roxy
in a
and
panic?
Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We're just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me
Roxy's
the truth.
temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling.
Oh boy.
But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running
In a
out of time.
torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weekwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body, and so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home, and it's all my fault, and now my best friend may never come back. Wow! Wow! Just wow!
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I
Roxy
promise.
drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I wanna help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around, I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sounds like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. Scoot! There we go. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms
Who's
to
her
warm
dad
up.
again? Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm. Oh no, it's the other squirrel man. Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Oh god, they're not gonna play in that puddle, are they? No. Cool. The one who's also part of the terrorist
Mr.
organisation.
Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Whoa! Don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who were you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it really. The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have had this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Oh boy. Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed.
Damn.
Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all.
Mr. Nuncreed is actually
It was subtle, but
like
Luca could sense something
former
eating
special
away at him.
forces and he's going to go on a rampage. There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. Oh dear.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If
no.
Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Mr. Nuncreed's actually a pedo. Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Oh boy. Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing. Oh god! No, exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last time I saw her. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
Oh dear. I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Oh, Jesus, fuck! Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to
Luca
keep you
attempted
safe.
to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being
With
done
a
with
firm
this.
shove,
Oh my god.
Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my
The door
hands
latched
now.
shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit. What the fuck?
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
Oh my god.
The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule, plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls.
The music there was
As he braced for
phenomenal.
impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view.
Oh no.
Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end. Wait, this isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Okay, so we didn't actually get. That's okay. So there's another branch added there. Okay, so that's cool. So we've pondered, hid, and chilled. We've chilled and shit. We've struggle and change. We've not break yet. We've not flight yet. So we'll do this one. So we're jumping around the story at this point, and the clouds began to break.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Nice. Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd
Luca
tell him
stopped
about...
himself mid-sentence.
Promise you'd tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay, you can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Okay, let's go.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners, even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. What the fuck? No. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Eris Valentine. Who's that she talking to? Shh. Expect you to return that suit in working order, of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavoury alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now, this is what
Beck's
I was talking
voice
about.
was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I'll deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I cannot wait to see the look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Well, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why are you doing all this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
It's Gran. Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred.
Oh my God.
Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect. Oh my
Gran
God.
tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing
Gran
suspicion.
gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
What is Gran up to? Oofed.
Chapter 5. What big ears you have.
Yeah.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? Is she giving Gran's a bad name? Nah, I reckon it's gonna be she's doing this for like like there's gotta be something else. You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my Gran. That was your Gran? Yeah, Hex, all I've seen is what's happened. I don't know what the response is yet. Let's hope it's not an escalation. I'm just thinking that, like, Russia severely apologizes and gives money. Like, is the only way I can think of this being, like, kind of quieting down. She's doing it for the greater good. Yeah, this is the Hot Fuzz Furry Town. There we go. Hippity hop. So hold on, do we now definitely know that Mr. Nuncreed is evil? For the last time there's nothing to worry about. Of
The
course we're not
clipboard
worried.
finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Evil red pandas. Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's
Mr.
and Q's.
Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
It was debris from a Russian missile that was knocked down by anti-air defences. Really? Yeesh. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything's accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
Yep, there. And would you like my eternal
The
soul as well?
clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility.
Fundraiser tweet started attracting TERFs. Oh, fuck. Has it? I better check that, because I'm just going to straight up block people. Don't have the energy or the time. Whereabouts is it? Sorry, I'm just going to... Yep, that's just a block. Cool. You're too about the Equalities Minister, okay. Who the fuck is that, man? I don't have time for this. So I'm just gonna block all these people, man. They're fucking ghouls. Sad. Cheers for the heads up, Hex.
Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Ha 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 ha. Hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Look out, let me some nice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Well, Grand tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Grand is a smart lady, Lucas. Speaking of which, you'd better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. How's it going, Ariscala? You doing well? Just check those quote tweets actually, because there's always going to be Can never be too careful with the BAMs. Okay, let's go.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it
The
without
mayor
me.
gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense! That reminds me I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she's been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy, of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair, and we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
No worries at all, Miss Madam. Hope you have a good rest. I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival, all of this. There's got to be 100 down on the luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds. Yeah, little bundles
With
of
a
potential.
glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here. Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge, and the right leadership, of course. Oh, good night, my Valentine. Keepy man. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo, he's Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thing is. It's a kinda long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked, farmers loved it, so Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Almost everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch, maybe it was in the water or air or soil, nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business, half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why. Nope. I take it, Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick? Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative. Yep, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. Did they? We better get going. Did they? It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name is Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Is it just pulling the ladder up? Nice. Secure. What's that? He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. What? Ah, hold on. hell. In fairness, this is quite elaborate. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades his junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. That was pretty elaborate. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Look, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
Oh boy. So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so. It seemed more organised. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah, then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Aries Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of
Rollo
hazmat
let
suit.
out a low whistle.
Woo! I'm not going to try and do that. And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meet-up. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Aries Valentine. Very much. I'm beginning to think this town's kind of
Rollo and
awesome.
Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so, we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town, and their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. That sounds amazing. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mum went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Look, I don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying, it sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Look how your Gran is hiding something, and Pa always says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. And my Gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Nice.
Chapter 6.
There's so many, like, wee bits to this game that's just wonderful.
Secret lair.
Secret lair.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed,
I was going to say, is he going to
half
get
dreading
jumped?
what they might discover the next day.
Nope, all good. What time is it? I like the hoodie. Oh, no, never mind. We've got the jumper back on. It's all good. I liked the pine tree hoodie, though. That was cool. Rollo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head. It's a deer stalker. Ah. Oh, this, it helps me think. You're going to need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. Also, what is a deer? Why does a deer stalker hat exist in this universe? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well, the game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. Is that true? Deer can only hide and seek tournament. Ah, that's what it is. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I fucking thought. I have no idea where the key is. If it's really important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she's always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snatched a glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rollo, this is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Yep. Hey, this is my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it. I was expecting all of the
crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors open, a perfect
everywhere.
Porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
That was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we would expect. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random
As
teacup.
Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click.
Oh,
the entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Seems like your Gran's been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Yeehaw! Gran has a secret lair under the house, what the fuck? Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiracist, the vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Okay.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Is that not his dad's name? Yeah. What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you going to read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages.
Oh.
He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are all like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the... What? That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. Possibly Celosia? We don't quite know.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results
Rollo
from Joseph.
looked up with heightened surprise.
Ah. Hey, Sapphire8882, how you doing? Thanks very much for the cheers. How are you doing? How's life? Rollo looked up with heightened surprise. See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Ah.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
What? There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. Busy. You dropped me a DM on Discord. No worries, I'll check it after this stream. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes, so it might be related to something
scanned
else.
Through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help it. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast, and with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind, exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough, I need to take matters into my own
Luca,
hands.
staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
Cool. What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Look, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This
Luca
is
slammed
bullshit.
the door shut.
It's so funny seeing these like small children talk. Unfortunately, you're in a sort of a limbo after conference. You've suddenly got racists coming at you. I'm really sorry to hear that. People are bastards.
A spider web of string
just
connected
keep yourself
photos
safe,
of people
okay?
from the town.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the
Interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
town. Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mums are both on here, both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Ares has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. Just hanging with your wife at the moment. That's nice. It's good. Just have a nice chill one, really. What is in these barrels? Oh my god, is this all the explosives? Haha, it is. And jam jars. Oh my god, she asked us to deliver the jam jar bombs. Holy shit. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Oh my god, she asked us to deliver the jam jars to our accomplices. Only one way to
Rollo
find out.
casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Oh no.
He smacked
Huckleberries.
his lips.
A hint of brown sugar and ink?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Oh, it's messages. Okay, okay.
Rollo
Aha!
offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A grand jam gram? It says, last night I used the disguise Ares provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more of a bombshell than a bomb, alright? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Oh no. Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Based on the last minute, this is exactly what you'd expect from a game called Beacon Pines. Yeah. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town, and if we
Rollo
follow
carefully
it,
traced the path with his finger.
it leads
He
right
jabbed
to
down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure? A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the centre of town and she's going to blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. We've got a terrorist granny. What was
Luca
that?
looked up from the map.
Oh no. What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door, which means someone just shut the door, which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights. That's
Beck
not
flicked
a
off
good
the light.
idea.
And they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
Oh no.
Then suddenly, it stopped.
It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to not be okay. That's
Without
fine.
realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence. A
Hello?
final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone
The
down
three
there?
kids shuffled to
Oh,
the corners
no.
without a peep.
It's
As
Mr.
he began to descend the stairs,
that
the
guy.
man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
You! I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
You should, Sapphire. It's really good. Guess
Rollo
it's nothing.
shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy
What
figure.
the fuck are you doing, Rollo? Flaming chicken coop.
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo, mysterious creepy man. Anyone
From the
there?
dark corner, they saw something move.
Welp, I didn't know I had it in me, but there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill
Luca
that person?
scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out
As Beck
cold.
flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Oh my god! Mr. Tolliver! You just
Chapter
knocked out
7.
Mr. Tolliver.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were
Fucking
bound with
interrogating
rope,
him. Oh,
his
man.
feet tied with some loose string.
Oh,
The kids
man.
huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house.
What have we become?
After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop. Hard cop or chill cop? Good cop, chill cop, or good cop, hard cop? What do we fancy? Thanks for the hydrate, by the way. Hard. Okay, let's go with hard then.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Okay, let's see what we've got.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr.
Beck
Tolliver?
and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr.
He
Tolliver.
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
This just interrogating a poor squirrel, man. Who's
Mr.
there?
Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're
The doubtful
sweating.
expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or, well, let's just say I've never needed
Rollo,
another way.
hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
This is incredible. Now, dance! Oh boy. Sorry, I'm just dealing with more fans on that fucking point. I'm just gonna block. I'm just... Everyone's getting blocked. Every dickhead is getting blocked. That's the
Mr.
rules.
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk! Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper, to make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran.
Mr.
Gran?
Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival?
He
Good
shook
Lord.
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source?
His
It's
voice
where
faded to a whisper.
the town began, where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant
Oh,
grimace.
that's good, Amethyst. Lovely to have you in. Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we'd better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the source thing, Cado can help us find. Cado? Let's go get some answers. Our penguin friend. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Cado hung out here so much eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Ms. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for y'all? We need a favour. I already told you and Rollo I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What have you got in the history of the town? There's the county record archives? What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
This is quite a long branch.
6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records,
how this branch
desperately
will end
searching
for,
for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
Okay. If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are going to pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm going to end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rollo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Oh, amazing. Love it. Really, that's the best you've got. When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history.
Beth
Just
slammed
like
her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the obit. J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there are 2 J. Hartfords. Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mum's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your Gran's 6 feet... Is there time travel in this? If your Gran is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Oh, holy shit. Everything's a twist in this. It's amazing.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I better go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. That's fine.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh god, the creepy music.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Leaving unconscious people in the basement's a normal thing. Is it? Oh man. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Gran's gonna wake up and lock us in the basement. Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and
Or
left without a
maybe
trace.
Gran knew everything.
What did I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Just eating straight up jam, what the fuck? I'm afraid your jam delivery
He
will be
flipped the
delayed.
lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. I would not be in the house. I would be away. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished when what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Oh no! Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it. Get the fuck out the house!
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive
Oh my
step,
God.
his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
No.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he
no.
mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ. the germ. Sweet boy, what did you get yourself into? Oh God. Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter
Is it
9.
like paralyzing jam or something? I don't know.
A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
Drugged with jam. Just reminding you that when you went to deliver jam to Nuncreed, he was super creepy about Gran and stole the basket to make her come see him.
Or
So
rather,
it was... Oh, right,
why
okay,
was she
so it was to
trying to
drug
drug
Mr.
Mr.
Nuncreed.
Nuncreed?
That's funny. That's very funny then.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival! Let's go. I like how we can't start running properly until we leave the house. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa. Sly devil. Sly. Yeah, the Edinburgh Festival. The Fringe. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran's nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed's just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone's gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing... Hello Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognise someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine, so I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Oh boy. Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It would be a shame to waste such a beautiful
Mr.
podium.
Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh, God. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
Dadgum, really? What the hell does that mean? Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd. In fact, nah, that was what the narrator was saying. You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place, for fuck's sake. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This is like so good corporate shit speak. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Is the bomb about to go off?
The
What
crowd
was
began
that?
to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I've learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it's with a happy heart that I can
He raised
proclaim
his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. Oh, the great freeze. The great fucking.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air.
He reminds you of
ripped through the
Gilderoy.
cloud,
That is a
instantly
fucking
freezing
brilliant
everyone
comparison.
And everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
Oh, good.
End. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
No.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again, please.
Okay. We're gonna try flight on this one. Luke drew himself up and decided the only option he had left was flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fly. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerk. So yeah, this is like mutant Iggy. That was the bully that kicked the green puddle at Beck. This way we'll take the tunnels. Oh no, they've got tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket.
I did play some Phoenix Wright. I would love to play Phoenix Wright again, to be honest.
The branches
I'm not
clawed
sure
at
if it
them,
would be a good
reluctant
stream,
to give
'cause I think they can
passage.
be quite a slow burn, but I did play some of them. I remember one where it was like specifically on a movie set. That was quite cool. Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them.
After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter
Phoenix
5.
Wright for the next week? Nah, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think it would be a good game to stream because it's
Signs.
like it's a very, very slow burn.
They stood silently, catching their
but-
breath.
I don't know. Maybe they stood silently
The
catching
sky
their breath.
was like sapphire. With each breath, a
Hey,
plume of steam
sapphire.
escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy
like
to
the
his
game
feet
just knew.
as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Wait, what? Is this after the freeze? It was actually pretty badass. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And what's up with Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get back our bearings. Follow me. Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? And it's still within safe ranges. It may be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we punch out. Let's get this over with. So there is a... Okay, there's like a frozen landscape. This is the Beacon Pines sign. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Wheat Wood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. Let's see what I can do. Situations such as these, I find it best to chuck stuff first and ask questions second. There's nothing to throw. Oh, wait, hold on. What?
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, Welcome to Beacon Pines.
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? Guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? It's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. Oh. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? I'm gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Huh. Luca, are you
Luca had
there?
almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. Hope nothing bad has happened to you out there
Luca
in those
looked at
woods.
Iggy with hesitation.
No need to
With
be
a
rude.
resigned sigh, Luca responded.
Seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Holmes are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? Never had the honour of meeting your father, but your mum sure was
Luca
a handful.
winced,
Oh dear.
shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We've got to keep moving. It's all
Looking down at the
frozen.
frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened to you, it happened fast. Fish didn't even have time to run. Or, swim run.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town's destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's going to be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
What, so you're going to sit in the cold? Is that a good idea?
The boys huddled together for warmth and comfort.
Are we
If
going to
not
die?
for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
We're going to freeze, aren't we? The way the snow covered everything over is kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks, huh? For getting us away from those creeps. It sort of froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologising. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hooky. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop this baloney about losing your temper, but I did
Iggy
lose my
motioned
temper.
sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done, huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Jeez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights? Something to do? You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission
Iggy
control.
now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn, with his perfect little life. My life's not perfect. Everyone in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have
He wiped
Tish.
his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you
Luca
know?
gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
Iggy
impression.
cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Huh, it must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the
Luca's
bottom of
eyelids
this.
began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy
Yeah,
snuggled in some more.
They are going to die. When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?"
Oh, no.
Luca turned to see his own
Oh,
face.
no.
The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
Oh,
Lucas snatched the block from
Oh,
the figure's
no.
yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us.
Oh no.
Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. No. We both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope. It was his parents, fighting. Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister.
This is creepy.
He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca? Is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad?
Fucking hell, trauma
What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly.
Oh boy.
Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Is that the bat?
A figure
Dawn.
approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall.
Maybe
It
not.
stood above them. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber,
Who is this?
Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands
Whether
off
it
me.
was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think
Luca
you're
looked up,
doing?
gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We're asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me?
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend? An observer? A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility? Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very
Nat
well.
began to turn away indifferently.
Wait, do you live here? You might say that, so you know where we are. You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Look, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here. One way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Yep. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back
Luca
home.
and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers. For a
Okay, open
brief
them.
moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weekwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kierna's goons, but this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines, the original, true Beacon Pines. Okay. You You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica what the fuck? It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labour power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is
Nat
to uncover.
narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why
Luca
indeed?
began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no
He
way they
looked
could.
down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance.
Oh,
As
bye.
Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Wheatwood. Okay. This is a mental branch.
Chapter
Okay.
6, The Source. Nat
The
expressed his
Source.
sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more.
What the fuck?
As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle.
Get prepared for sad. Oh,
Rollo
no.
said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to Perennial Harvest.
Oh no.
But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Oh no.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favourite spot in the world. Our favourite spot in the world. Dad, what did I
There was
do?
no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you
Iggy
jerk?
finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. $259K. Fall off distance still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who loved them will never know the truth. The truth
He
is
bent down
overrated.
to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. That. He just fucking dance off screen. What dickhead. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally
Luca
dancing on
stuttered
graves.
through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's
Iggy
some
gave Luca a
advice.
solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? And that mentioned something
Luca
about
wiped his
source.
eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Fuck yeah. It can get awful cold out there in those woods. Look up. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mum? Did you kill her? Oh heavens, no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. So... okay. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude
Picklebee.
skull painted on its lid.
Why are you not... I see how it is. It's... I'm not sure if that boy on the right is a cat. I'm guessing he is. The boy on the left's a deer. The cat ears are somewhere here. How you doing, Picklebee? What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids, the good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop. And you guys pissed me off for some reason
Luca
or another.
rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Ah. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. So, they moved people. I'm trying to think of how they actually managed to do it. So, they moved everyone into hotels to clean the groundwater. And, alright, and then from the hotels returned them to the fake town. Right, okay. Rollo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low, so I buried them under that tree. But when I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and
Iggy
tossed them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out, it wasn't the fireworks that got moved, it was us. Unbelievable. Let's just go fucking launch fireworks here for a laugh. Do you think this is a game? Alright, Jigsaw, calm down. Newsflash, boyo! You're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Is this good?
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Are they going to launch the fireworks into the source? Echo! 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 Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. We found the source. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? I could tell you many a way how to smash a hole. No. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Care. Where's Rollo? I hate this prick's air. It really annoys me. I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats, it's cold. I'm gonna try and do a different voice for him. I'm not good at voices, but drats, it's cold. Hey, Noctum. You know, if I knew you were going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 on the iSphere, I would have stopped playing God of War Ragnarok to talk about how much you hate Red Dead Redemption 2. I'd be curious to hear what your thoughts are on that, because like we talked a lot about the story, but we also talked quite a bit about the kind of mismanagement of like Red Dead Online and things. That's now up on YouTube, by the way. In fact, I have a link somewhere. Where are we? Boom. You can also listen in, of course, but you probably already know this. This is Fallout but PG style. I like that, Sapphire. Thanks very much for the bits. Picklebee, Tory Hyena, you're not wrong. You just had to drag me all the way out
Mr.
here,
Kerr
didn't
gazed
you?
down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Oh, that definitely a Tory then. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no, my role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine
Yeah,
grin.
he loves fracking. That's really what this is all about. His face contorted into saccharine grin. What a word. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change! I've now made him shrill. There, that's better. Deal with them. Are we gonna
Iggy
get
turned
chucked
to
in the
Luca
hole?
with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop! Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret's one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. That's far
Iggy
enough.
plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Just launch a firework in this
Mr. Kerr
cunt's
sighed
face.
into the frigid air.
It's just this now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like
With a
this?
nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh. Ooh. Whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh, Jesus.
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side.
Oh,
Luca
no.
dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow.
Oh, no.
He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Look, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phileas Young.
With a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
What the fuck? Prum dum dum, prumpty dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy?
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Care, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Look up, look at me. It's
Luca
okay.
felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that,
Every
are you?
muscle in Luca's body
Holy
burned.
shit! I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Care. Iggy,
Luca
no.
felt his hand slipping.
Fucking hell, this is... this Trauma, the game. I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. 2 birds with 1 stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Fucking hell, this is intense as shit. Look up, let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Holy fuck. Luca had no choice but to... Oh! We've got a choice. We can refuse or we can accept. What's our thoughts? I'll let chat decide. It's super intense all the time. We could do a poll, I think, maybe. I'm not sure if I'm able to do polls from this side because it gets weird. I'll just do it. So we've got 1 for accept, 2 for refuse, 1 for accept. I need a mod to be able to run polls. Or I need to have it up at the side. There we go, thanks very much. Okay folks, vote. So we've got 2 for accept, 1 for refuse, 4 for accept, 1 for refuse, 4 for accept, 2 for refuse. Quick on the draw. Oh, it's now a tiebreaker. Don't do that to me. Oh, refuse is now going way more. See, refuse is going... No, don't keep it at 50-50. So refuse is at 6 now. Oofed. Oofed. Refuse with bits. Oh, that's more of a bribe. How long did we put the vote for? Well, okay, we've got 6 votes for refuse and 45. Sorry, 6 votes for refuse, 5 for accept. So 5 is on 45%. Hey, delicious pie to God, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're experiencing trauma together. Delicious Paragon delegating the vote to Tundra. Basically, if we accept Iggy's request, Iggy will fall into a hole. I fucking hate the lot of you. You fucking bunch of bastards. Right, well, I'm glad that I leave everything up to you guys. I am going to accept Iggy's request, and we'll witness the
Luca had no
depression.
choice but to accept Iggy's request.
They are sick. This is what I have to
With a
put up
quiet
with
blink,
all the time.
Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. Fucking hell!
The 2 silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Holy shit. Fufin, thank you very much for the 8-month sub. You've almost got that new shield. Well, that was it. He let off a firework. He let off all the fireworks. What a king. Holy shit. Iggy went out with a bang. literally. No, we're not allowed to get into whole discourse tonight. That's not happening. Look, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Oh boy. Wait, what? Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. Hey, King of the Castle game! How you doing? We have had such a good time playing King of the Castle. I'm gonna play it again soon, I promise. But thanks very much for dropping by chat. Hope development is going well. We all had a blast playing it. Honestly, it was. I think you've genuinely created like the ultimate party game. Like, it was absolutely fantastic. So, we will all. Okay, so this is just a heads up for everyone in chat. We will be playing King of the Castle again. That's one way of putting it. Yes, as dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened.
We have some idea what that would look like.
It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world. Fucking sick.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
It's cryonic, not cryogenic. Did I say the wrong word there?
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder.
Fuck off.
Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Yes. Oh, it's just amazing. Oh, the writing in this. How is this not up for... This better be up for some sort of an award. Holy shit. This is so good. Thank you very much to Tundra for recommending this. This is so good. Right, I think that probably is a good time to call it a night there, folks. We've done a fair bit. So for those of you who weren't in at the start and didn't understand the premise of this, so as we've been going through the story, we've been collecting the verbs on like the right hand side of the screen, like ponder, hide, chill, shit, struggle, change, rumble, break, and each time we go back to like a point in the story, we can like select a different option which unlocks more stuff that we can then go back and use the verbs that we find and like discover more. It is phenomenal. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. I have been very much enjoying my time with it. So that is our part 2. I will pop that on the stream archive after this. Just let me get this and we will guide the raid. Have a good night, Picklebee. Thanks very much for joining. Folks, I'm going to do my usual before I go and do that raid. Check out the Discord. Please consider supporting me on Ko-Fi. Check out my Steam Curator page and check out my stream archive. If you can give me a subscribe on that stream archive, it really does help. And sorry, I need to now get the raid set up. which always requires me going back on to Twitch, because for some reason OBS doesn't allow me to do any raid stuff. And I will now do that. Peaky Gav is playing Elden Ring. Nice. Cool. So I'm gonna now leave you in the very good hands of Peaky Gav, who will be killing some bosses by the looks of things in Elden Ring. Hope you all have a good rest of your night. We'll be back tomorrow with some more Rat Gang. We're going to be playing a Plague Tale Requiem. And then on Thursday, we're going to be playing Pentiment, which has amazing reviews, right? Amazing reviews. It's like a kind of RPG, medieval, King of the Castle games raiding with a party of 10. Oh no, you're about to be passed on to another raid. I'm so sorry. We're just wrapping up the stream. Thank you very much for the raid. And thank you very much for the follow as well. It means a lot. We will be playing more King of the Castle soon, right? I'm not sure if you saw, but I was just talking to everyone about it. I said, like, you've basically created the ultimate party game. Hope development's going really well. I'm now gonna send you on to another streamer. We're gonna share the love. But thanks very much, King of the Castle, and thanks very much to Metal Gear Mandy for gifting a sub to King of the Castle. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Professional game developer, amateur streamer. You're as, I think you're professional. Professional in all walks of life. But I'll see you in a bit, folks. We're going to be reading now. Hope you have a good rest of your night, and I'll catch you in a bit. Goodbye.